without a sign. Shadows creeping in the night. Truth is hidden sight. Echo in your brain. Loyalty that leads to pain. Blindfold on and led astray. Can't you see a brighter day? It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize. It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize. Promises that never stick. Empty words, a dirty trick. Feeding anger, causing hate. It's time to change before too late. Rise above, break the mold. Find your voice, let truth be told. Shadows fade, light unfolds. Liberate your mind and soul. It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize. It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize. Rise above, break the mold. Find your voice, let truth be told. Shadows fade, light unfolds. Liberate your mind and soul.
Greetings.
It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties.
Greetings, ladies and
Before
gentlemen.
it's too late, realize. It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. You know exactly what we must do. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started. You know what we gotta do?
feel like I'm stuck.
A lot of work.
It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like a curse. I can't escape it. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm like the Terminator screaming.
I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash.
I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass.
Cars in the garage, the tanks full of gas. I play the game so well, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room, screaming how we made it.
This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. Yeah, yeah.
Guess we going viral cause my Zodiac.
I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie.
And
Hey,
if they is my ex, that mean they left me.
they don't get replies if they text me. I say it with my chest
Cause I mean it.
Oh, got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship. Here they go.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off.
It's like deja vu.
Oh, that part right
It's
there
like deja vu.
does it every time. It hurts.
It's like deja vu.
Oh, that hurts every time. All right. Well, listen, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I'm your pilot. You know, we're a little late this morning, but you know, it's par for the course, obviously, because it's Friday, right? It's Friday. You could be anywhere, but you chose to spend it with me, Big Zeus. Good morning, Q-Dog. Good morning, Queen Flea. Good morning. Wow, you guys are really excited. Wow. W's in the chat for all of you. Greetings, Santana Jones. Great greetings. Yeah, you guys are really that happy to see me. I know I'm a little late. I know. Get it on out of your system. Get it on out because we got a lot of content to get through. And you know what we got to do? First of all, because you know we're going to be saving this great country of ours from the evil clutches of this deranged lunatic in the background. But before we do that, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. There's nobody more honest than me on social media. Listen, you might as well pretend like my hands are resting on a stack of Bibles. The second H is because I am humble. If I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. It just turns out that I haven't been wrong lately, all right? Maybe I'm off a little bit, but for the most part, you know where my heart's at, right? And then the last and the final H, which is honestly the most important, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. Check out my features. You know, I was born like this. I woke up like that. You know what I'm talking about. And many of you are very familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok. We hold these hypocrites, these liars, these deranged, MAGA, demon-possessed, so-called, I want to call them human beings, but at this point, I don't know what to refer to you guys at. But we hold you accountable because we know what you are. You're a bunch of hypocrites, all right? I don't get how these people sit up in these churches every Sunday, and they go on Wednesday because, you know, they got to get that extra point, that extra credit point. And then they get out here and just plant evil seeds of wickedness, don't they? In the name of Jesus, the Jesus in the Bible. They act like that's what it is, but it's not. We know what it is. They're doing the works of the devil. It's the works of the devil, all right? You know, the good book talks about many are going to say, Jesus, we did so much for you. Let us into those pearly gates. And then Jesus is going to say to them, no, you didn't. Because your lips said that, but your heart didn't, right? And then they're going to go straight to hell. So listen up. Do I have any Trump supporters out there? I got a quick pulse check. Any Trump supporters out there? I want to double check and see if you're, still, in your right frame of mind. I just want to give you a heads up. No. Don't call me brother. Don't call me brother Zeus. And you voted for Donald Trump. Relax on that, champ. I'm really doing the real work. You just need to sit your special behind down, honestly, and keep listening to this special broadcast. Okay, thank you for those of you who identified yourselves as Trump supporters. I appreciate that. Really, I do. I'm going to give you an opportunity of a lifetime. It's like buying a winning lottery ticket. You might want to leave this live and go on about your miserable morning because I'm about to ruin it. Right? Where's Popcorn at? Is Popcorn back? I want Popcorn back because he was trying to teach me something. But at the end of the day, Popcorn realized he's not teaching anybody a thing. I'm surprised Popcorn actually knew how to read. So listen up, Trump supporters. If you do not want Big Zeus to overwhelm you with so much truth that it's going to make you want to cry this morning, do us all a huge favor and listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's get into what's going to happen today. Now, we all know today is the day that President Zelensky, he's supposed to meet up with Donald Trump today and let him know where he stands and where he doesn't stand. You know how this is about to go down. To the Trump supporters out there, I got some bad news for you. Today, for you, it's bad for you, but it's actually good for the world. Today, Donald Trump will officially bend the knee to Vladimir Zelensky. All right, so W's in the chat for Zelensky. Yeah, because Donald Trump realizes that even though he somehow snuck his way into the Oval Office by bamboozling the heck out of his supporters, when it comes to the game of geopolitics, he's not that bright. And so Zelensky, along with these other European leaders, as you can see, they said, wait a second, Donald Trump, did I just hear you call Zelensky this is what happened. Did I just hear you call Zelensky a dictator, a man who's literally been standing up to a real dictator? Did we just catch Donald Trump saying, oh, yes, he did say that? Oh, okay. So you know what they decided to do? They held a special meeting in Europe and they said, okay, what we're going to do is the rope-a-dope routine. And what we're going to do is send the president of France there. All right. Because you know what France did for the United States. And then we're going to go send the prime minister of, the UK, because you know what they did for the United States. And then we're going to go ahead and seal the deal with Zelensky. All right. So and you haven't heard Donald Trump talking like that anymore, talking reckless. That's what we call that. That's talking reckless. And this is what it's going to take, honestly, to keep Donald Trump in his place. Because, again, This is really not just Trump. It's also his supporters who do not know a single thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this to you. If you heard that guy Popcorn coming up yesterday. If you ever hear a Trump supporter trying to explain to you why Ukraine is the aggressor, just don't even listen to him. Don't even listen to him, because these people, they have no clue what they're talking about, and they're pro-Russia. And then you know what I tell them? If you love Russia so much, then why don't you just go on over there and put boots on the ground? And then you know what they do? Oh, no, and they come up with these excuses. So I don't buy it. So yesterday, Trump met with Keir Starmer, and this he has to be the dumbest criminal. He has to be. Why does he keep admitting that he was in collusion with Russia? And he admits it. So when the Trump supporters get on TikTok and they start saying there was never anything behind that, that's a lie, because Trump admitted he did it, right?
Yeah, please, ma'am, go ahead.
Mr. President, what would you be willing to do if Vladimir Putin did not stick to the terms of any deal on Ukraine?
If he not what?
He did not stick to the terms of any deal on Ukraine.
So they're asking him, what would he be willing to do if Putin did not stick to any terms on the deal with Ukraine? I don't know how his mind instantly goes into explaining how him and Putin were somehow in collusion, but it's just him telling on himself, because this is what criminals like him do.
He's history of not sticking to his word when it comes to international agreements.
I think he'll keep his word. I think I've spoken to him. I've known him for a long time now. Well, we had to go through the Russian hoax together. That was not a good thing.
Did you hear what he just said? We had to go to the Russian hoax together. You hear that, Trump supporters? He's telling on himself, so you can no longer say that he didn't do it with Putin, because he knows him. He's known him for a long time, and they went through the Russian hoax together. Darren Stiles, amazing job, Mr. President. Another promise accomplished. Darren, what exactly was the promise that he accomplished, Darren?
Fair. That was a rigged deal.
Listen to him,
And had
Darren.
nothing to do with Russia. It was a rigged deal with inside the country, and they had to put up with that too. They put up with a lot. It wasn't just us. They had to put up with it, with a phony story that was made up. I've known him for a long time now, and I think he will. I don't believe he's going to violate his word. I don't think he'll be back when we make a deal. I think the deal's going to hold. Now they're going to have security. You're going to have security. You're going to have soldiers. I know France wants to be there. The president has said he wants to have soldiers there. I don't think we're going to even be necessary, but I don't think there'll be any problem with keeping the deal with the security.
So what he's doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is in direct contradiction to everything that he told his supporters. But you know what? I'm at a point now where, you know what, Trump, continue to lie. Trump, please continue to lie to your supporters. I'm not going to try to help him out, Trump. I understand what's going on. It's like Trump says about all of you that voted for him. You know what he says about you?
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Darren Stiles in my comment section. Which one is it? Which one are you? You said, did you hear what Trump says about you? Just imagine he says this. He goes, Darren. And then he says this, Darren.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
So Darren, let's ask Darren, because Darren, honestly, because I'm tired of seeing, which one is it, Darren? You know, there's somebody named Darren in my chat. Darren, which one is it? Do you need me to repeat it for you? Oh, somebody answered both. All right. Thank you. W. Beverly in the chat. Darren, I told you I'm your worst nightmare on TikTok. I told you I'm going to ruin your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you're driving a box truck, Darren, I'm going to make you pull that thing over and get a dose. All right. W. Zeus in the chat. No, I'm not angry. I'm passionate. See, that's the thing. When you all see a handsome man like myself, just speaking very plainly, delivering the unadulterated truth, somehow, and I know what it is, you've been programmed to believe black folks is angry and racist and reverse racist now. That's what they say. And you're mixing it up. No. You've never seen, really, honestly, 99.9% of all of you who think that, you've really never seen a black person angry. You're mixing it up. It's passion. And what we're doing right now is it's going to take this kind of passion to stop Donald Trump and folks like you, Trump supporters, from ruining this great, and I do mean great, country of ours. The news came out, and I'll continue talking about what I wanted to talk about. The egg prices. Did you all see this? They're selling eggs. They don't sell them by the carton anymore. You go into these liquor stores, and now they put them in little baggies, like it's, illegal stuff. And 2, 3, 4, and then they give you those, and they sell an egg. They're selling eggs in the baggies. I said, wow, this never happened under Joe Biden. Darren, you can care less what I am? Okay, hold on, Darren. Darren, hold on. You say you got something to say to Big Zeus? Come on up here. Okay, time out. I got to talk to Darren. Darren. Hey, Darren.
What are you doing,
Hey,
sir?
Darren. Hey, you voted for Donald Trump
3 times?
3 times. Okay, now I see you in my comment section, and I'm trying to get the truth out. And I notice you're lactose intolerant. Is that what it is?
Oh,
You know what that is? Yeah, it's when you're allergic to the facts. You know what lactose intolerant is, right? When you're allergic to dairy. I could immediately sense that you're lactose intolerant. So you need help? You need a cure?
And what am I lactose intolerant from?
Because you voted 3 times for the most corrupt person to ever be in the White House. It's like you didn't learn your lesson the first time, or the second time, or the third time. So something's wrong up there. And you didn't catch what I said when I told you what Donald Trump thinks about you.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
So which one is it?
Well, he said you're rather stupid if you hate the country, right?
No. That's not what he said. Nice try. He said, let me repeat it, Darren, because you missed it.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
You're either stupid or you hate the country. Now, which one is it for you?
I don't hate my country, and I don't think I'm stupid. I don't
Well,
think
Trump. Well. The thing is, Darren. Unfortunately, Darren.
whole narrative.
Darren.
CNN. Come on,
No,
dude.
Darren.
No way
Unfortunately,
of thinking Trump could cure cancer.
No.
And you will find something to say negative.
Darren. Unfortunately,
Constitutional
you're not
right to
qualified.
die of cancer. Come on, dude.
Darren, you're not qualified to think for yourself. All right. So I need you to calm down.
You need to
No,
stop repeating yourself.
no,
You
Darren.
repeat yourself every single time I watch you, and it's almost like insane because it's not scripted. You're just brainwashing yourself with negative.
Give me an example of me repeating myself, because this is alarming. I play a lot of clips of your dear leader, and you tell me it's me repeating myself. You know what is a good example? Well, please give me an example of me repeating myself. I want to test your
Narrative
IQ.
of the
Your
whole
IQ.
That is anti-Trump. That's all it is. So therefore, every single fact
Well-
that you think is true is repetitive. And
Why-
if you want to fact check if any of it were true, what's the end result of it? Nothing.
Why can't my angle just be a man who loves his country
If
and
you look at
recognizes
country, let people think for themselves, not try to manipulate it or
No.
deceive people. That's the
no.
difference. I watch your show for one reason. I want to see how the opposite side thinks, and you guys prove again and again the repeatingness and the repetitive is almost insane. and you guys
Repeating
don't
this.
see it.
Now, repeating this, is that a real word?
I don't
I-
know. Do you want to look it up? Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't
I
try
get
to-
what you mean.
Like,
but
listen, I'm not
but
an
I-
English scholar. I'm an everyday guy that busts my butt to take care of 3 children, and you're gonna look at me in a negative way because I think different of you. That's first of all. Did I once say anything negative about you? All I
There-
said, your narrative is the same subject, and none of it's true. Because if it was, obviously there would be a result. You said the most corrupt president ever.
Yeah.
What fact you have on that? Come on, man.
Do you want to have an honest conversation, or do you just
I would
want
like to, but I
Okay,
can't
so
hear-
define corruption
I'm in
in
New
your.
York,
Let's
we
use
don't
let's
do
use
that.
your let's use your definition of what the word corruption means. What do you think the word corruption means? Because this is very important. And again, I want you to know, I've already destroyed you.
You think so? That's what I'm
but-
saying in your own mind.
But now you're going to destroy yourself. So what's the definition of corruption?
Corruption, obviously, something against the law. I would take that as a negative type of action someone takes that is not abiding by certain state or government laws.
Okay. All right. Okay. And how about this? We'll just use this definition: dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power. All right. Typically involving bribery. All right. All right. So let's talk about dishonest and fraud. Do you think Donald Trump is an honest person? Because I have a lot of evidence that shows, at least in his first term, there's been documented at least 30,000 plus lies. Those are the ones they could actually keep up with. Now, if somebody is lying 30,000 times, I think it's like 20 something times a day, would you say that that person is corrupt?
I don't know how you took the scorecard about 30 times a day or 30,000.
But I didn't ask you to question how I got the data, okay? But you can go fact check me on the internet, you know.
My honest opinion is, to be
So
honest,
is it corruption? No, Darren, see what you did, and every day, I just never.
I think all of them are corrupted. You can't just pinpoint one person without looking at the whole party or
my statement, Darren, was he's the most corrupt. I didn't say the only corrupt. I said the most. Words matter.
Fact based. That's an opinion. You're
No.
entitled to your opinion. I disagree with it.
No, but didn't I ask you if he lied over 30,000 times, and I had evidence to show
Are we
that?
fact checking every government official or any person that speaks on a regular basis? I don't know who's judging the scorecard.
Me?
You're making an opinion. Listen, it's you.
Darren, you said you come here to learn what the other side has to say.
I'm not
but
buying it though. That's what I'm telling you. You're making a bold statement without any facts. The most. Where's the scorecard? Who are you putting them against?
Okay,
I just seen 4
there's
years of
credible
corruption. I wasn't happy.
There's correct. No. I won't let you do that. You don't have any evidence of 4 years of corruption.
You don't have
And
any evidence about what you said either.
I do.
What's the evidence?
Do you have an internet? You have internet on you? You have
Come
another
on,
device?
bro. You're just gonna go in circles. Come on, let's
So I'm just gonna go ahead and.
Nobody else is more corrupted than Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Well, I'm just going to say this, Darren, because I don't believe in shouting over no mess. And you know, there's a saying, be careful when you argue with a fool, because from a distance, you can't tell who's the fool. So I'm going to just say this. Look it up. It's out there on the internet. Now, I'm going to give you some more evidence that he's dishonest and corrupt. He was recently found guilty for actually, the word is fraud, falsifying business records in furtherance of another crime. This is the hush money, or as I like to refer to it, the election interference of the 2016 election. That's actually been proven. So if you do not accept that, then there's an issue. And this is why when you don't want to accept stuff like that, I say Donald Trump was right when he said this about you.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
So you accept that he's a felon. He's a felon, right?
Yeah, what was his conviction? What do you got? What do you got to do? Jail time? No.
No.
No. Nothing. Oh, it's on appeal too.
It's okay, Darren.
Is that your
Darren?
That's what you're happy about?
Darren, has any other president been convicted?
One president was about to, but they said he was too old. Right?
Darren. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. That wasn't what was read in the reports in front of. No.
Again. So again, you said you're hungry for knowledge. Here it is, and I'm trying to get you to eat it. But you're spazzing out on my show. So obviously, Darren, and this is why it's important for Big Zeus to continue to do this kind of work. If you would
talk about something else. Let's talk about
okay,
something.
well then we can
Know what you're talking about.
What
if you did? You wouldn't be home on TikTok in your underwear, being on a freaking live. If you
think I'm in, so you think I'm in my underwear now? So now I'm seeing what's really going on. You have a very serious case of MAGA demon working on you, and you
say your opinion is not validated. Take it and accept it.
Darren, I'm going to ask you to just stop. What do you do? How old are you?
You don't have a point.
No, remember.
Because I don't know why. You hate your life. You're jobless. Your TikTok almost got lost. He saved it. You should be happy.
Okay, great. So I realize I've broken you because now you just can't
even. It's even more entertaining to speak to you because you just show how much ignorance you just wanted to portray.
Okay, well,
why don't you go on The View and you see?
Does anybody think Darren is intelligent? Because he's had that lactose intolerance case he's suffering from. It's been quite amazing. Look at this, Darren. I'm going to let this simmer. I just want Darren to get this. This is what we call the feedback loop. Darren, look at how many no's you're getting. He calls himself Darren Styles. Look at all these people saying no, Darren. Hundreds of people saying no. At what point, Darren, do you dial it back and say, you know what? Even if I disagree with the principles or the approach that the Democrats are, giving me, saying I should dial it back because I'm wrong. Darren, please hit unmute. All right. I want to give you another chance to redeem yourself. And again, if you could, at what point does a real person just say I was wrong? Why do we have to keep going down this path with MAGA?
It's my time to speak? I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about. See, the difference is people don't realize it's not about MAGA. It's not about Trump. It's just about the lifestyle that was being lived the last 4 years that people were so tired of. Why don't you understand? Did it make a difference who was in the Republican Party? The media itself made Donald Trump. Made him. The more you talked about him and everybody else talks around about the world, if it's negative or positive, it's giving him publicity, you made this monster. Now you're mad you made this monster. It was not my fault or your fault or anybody's fault that Biden was horrendous. And then they had nobody, and they put freaking Harris. Like, if you look at it, how silly does this whole thing look? It's a big show, and it's affecting you and me. So if you're going to take sides, that's silly. Because the only side I'm taking is my own. I don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican. When Joe Biden was president, I still was an American. I still was proud. Was I unhappy what was going on? Yes. Is my voice going to be different? I hope so with a vote, just like you. My opinions are different. That's acceptable. That's freedom of speech. We all understand it. Mm-hmm. Why can't we just all get along and not take about Donald Trump versus Democrats? Who cares? We are being affected regardless of what goes on. I cheered for Biden because it helped me and my family. Unfortunately, I wasn't happy. I still was cheering though. That's the difference between MAGA and the Democrats.
Okay.
MAGA's not evil. We're just real Americans working hard to support our family.
I would like, now thank you for giving me all of that information, Darren. So you say that you're just all good Americans trying to help your family, right?
Correct.
Well, why does Donald Trump say these things about mass people who are in this country illegally, and he demonizes them? I personally, Darren, I'm not the type of person that when I see people being mistreated like that, I jump on the bandwagon and say, yeah, more of that. You see the difference?
But you're saying only
No, Darren. Honestly, I let you say what you had to say. If I see somebody, in need, and maybe they're less fortunate than me, I don't think the way to get to engage them is to demonize them and weaponize, their race or their gender. I don't think that's an acceptable way to live your life. And I think that if you don't do that in your real life, you shouldn't support someone that does that. So you're right. It's not Democrat or Republican or MAGA. This is a mindset, but it turns out this mindset runs prevalent in MAGA. So we got to address it as MAGA until we get some progress. You get what I'm saying, Darren?
I agree with you 100%.
So, there's a child that lost their life as a result of children bullying her because, they're talking about mass deportation. And, kids, they are brutally honest, even to their own detriment. But this is what's now going on in our country. There's another one, a basketball team in high school. I don't know what state it's in. I think it's Missouri. The players that got Hispanic sounding last names, you go to those basketball games and you cheer and you boo. Now it's gone to the point where if you got a Hispanic sounding last name, they say, we're going to call ICE. And then they start singing Ice, Ice, Baby. This stuff does a number on people's self-esteem, and it takes a while. Some people don't even make it out of it. But this is what's going on because of MAGA, Darren. So do you understand why you get content creators like me or some of my friends coming up here just completely upset with Trump and his supporters now? Does that help you see the light a little bit? Because it is a bit repetitive in a way that, we've already been through this as a country back in the day. We thought we had made progress. But now we're seeing we're doing a serious reversal, and you all are welcoming it.
Is it my time to respond?
Yeah.
First, feelings doesn't really do much. But as far as the immigration, I think they definitely was exploited, just like the Democratic Party exploited the LGBTQ community. I told you, it's a show. I'm not taking sides. I think all is negative. But if you look at immigration itself, In order to get the art of the sale, yes, he made a big hoopla around it. That's what he ran on. That's what America actually voted for. So if you're going to say majority of the country that voted was all MAGA and you put them all in that classification, I don't think anybody thinks any civil rights were, if they were taken away or if they were mistreated. I don't care if you're legal or legal. But in the same note, the same message was given by Barack Obama, and he had the most basic abortions. So what was wrong with the different message of Trump? He said the same exact words as Obama.
Okay.
Same exact.
Okay, so here's here and again, this is the one excuse I don't allow. Whenever I'm asking you to look at your dear leader, you all seem to reference Democrats doing the same thing. And for the life of me, I can't understand. Well, if he's just doing what the Democrats are doing, why don't you just support the Democrats? If it's exactly what you said, you should support the Democrat, because all he's doing is taking Democrat ideas and using them on you.
I don't support a party. I support an individual that has similar values that can help me out in my day-to-day life.
But no, your claim was Obama did this, or Joe Biden or the Democrats did it, so it's okay for Trump to do it. That was your claim.
I'm asking you, why is it bad when Trump says it, but it was good when Obama said it? That's what I'm asking. My question.
No. Again, you didn't ask me a thing. You made a statement. And this is why I say I don't like it when you just won't get up here and acknowledge right is right, wrong is wrong. You don't got to sit there. No. So you think it's okay to say a bunch of people that are in one particular race or ethnic group, it's okay to demonize these people and say that they're grapists and unalivers. That's okay in your opinion, with no evidence.
Not okay to exploit anybody.
Okay, but that's what he does. Then the irony yesterday. This is some weird stuff, and it's related. This is weird. So you're the party of protecting kids, respecting women, God fearing, and you're saying that these people coming in the country are the worst of the worst, because they're criminals, they're rapists, they're unalivers, and you spend billions of taxpayers' dollars going after them, but then under the cover of night, you bring the Tate brothers in, who have a documented history of doing the exact same things you've been saying that these immigrants have been doing, but you didn't have any proof that they did it, but you got proof they did it. And then we were supposed to get the Epstein files yesterday, and it was all a ruse. Darren, do you understand what's happening? Because the answer shouldn't be, well, the Democrats or Joe Biden. It's not that. Do you see what's happening?
My life. How does this change my life? How does this change your life? What you're stating?
Okay, so I'll tell you, Darren. I'll tell you how. Because if you know better, you're supposed to do better. That's how I was raised, right? So you asking me how it's supposed to. So right now we've been talking all week long about
tabloid stuff. I could care less. It doesn't affect my paycheck who's on the Epstein list. It doesn't affect me if they were released and they were arrested. It doesn't affect me. You like tabloid. Darren, I'm gonna stop you because this all comes back. It's all full circle what I was doing. And again, I told you when you got in here, you defeated yourself because so to your mind.
I'm an active listener. So Darren, do cuts to Social Security and Medicaid affect you or anyone you know?
No, because there is no cuts to Social Security, so that's another fabrication.
Do tariffs affect you or anyone else you know?
No.
Okay, so now we're lying. If we were to get into another world,
how am I lying? How does the tariff affect me?
Okay, because I can't explain it to you, Darren. I'm just trying to see how honest you. I'm just trying to see how honest you are, Darren.
You ever negotiate with somebody and you say something so extreme that the person has to backtrack and renegotiate, just like the tariff, that angle that he used? He said the tariffs were 25% before he was president, and they were all in the flurry, all over the news.
Okay.
Every single one of the presidents for each country was all nervous.
Well, Darren, have you looked up consumer confidence lately? Because apparently you're the one that's not a part of that for some strange reason. Apparently you don't see the issue happening with our energy prices and our gas prices and the eggs. You seem to be the anomaly Are you in the United States, Darren? Because for the life of me, I don't understand how the rest of the country seems to be impacted by this guy waking up every day, passing executive order after executive order, some of them including freezing federal funds. You know what's going on, but you don't seem to have any impact by it. That's amazing.
It's
Either
amazing
that
that.
or you're lying. And I would hate to think you got up here and started lying on a Friday morning, Darren. So this is why I have to do the work that I do, Darren. Unfortunately, you think that we created Trump. No, Darren, that's wrong.
You
But if
did.
you want to do
You don't
that,
even
I'll say
realize it.
this. I'll say this. MAGA has created what you see right now, which is me, Big Zeus, and all the other people. W Zeus in the chat, right? Because to be honest, Darren, to be honest, I'll never surrender this country to the evil folks like yourself. Absolutely not. Oh no, we're gonna have these tough conversations until you get the message. And unfortunately, Darren, I'm not in a cult like you, so I can actually say it without actually feeling bad. You know what I mean? Because it's nothing to me. I don't have to fear what Donald Trump is going to do because I'm not falling in line with the rest of the cult members. I can see wrong, whether it's on the left or right, and call it out. Because look at that, Darren. Look at this. You see that? No strings attached. Zeus is not a hand puppet. W Zeus in the chat. Now, Darren, I'm going to give you because I think you're trying to wrap your mind around this, but when you get to the place in a conversation when you just don't have any way out, I think that's the place where you're supposed to go. Okay, I see your point, and maybe I need to go back and think about what you said. And but you haven't done that, so I'm gonna give someone else an opportunity to talk to you. All right?
Yeah, thank you for your time. I appreciate this,
No,
Starks.
no, yeah. Because we do a little of this and a little of that on this show, and as far as I'm concerned, sir, I've done quite the number on you. All right. So let me go into
You did a
my
great number in your
yeah,
own
yeah,
mind.
yeah. Let me go
Great in
into
your own mind. There you go.
let me go to my box right now, and
Get
I
it.
wanna bring up D Shay. All right, D Shay. You've heard what
I
I
gotta go to
said.
work now and actually pay taxes. Have a great day. Thank you for the
Mm,
time.
okay, all right. You see that? Mm-hmm.
Uh, well, I just wanted to say that he's right. You know, it's not MAGA versus Democrats. It's 99, it's the 99% versus the 1%.
Mm.
The
Well, you know what?
wealthy are going to get richer and the lower in class are going to get poorer. Period.
Was there? Wait a second. You know what I got to do real quick? Because he did something that I normally didn't know that he would do. After I rope a doped him, and then he saw he'd come up here, he ran. So Darren, what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm up the lake of fire because he thought he was going to escape, but he's not going to escape. You can run, but you can't hide. Hey, Darren, congratulations. You are definitely full of the MAGA demon and not full of the truth. Every step you made, I had my eyes and ear on you, and unfortunately, champ, you're a prime candidate for hell because you continue to let Donald J. Trump use you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Darren straight to hell. Hi, Darren.
Silence! You
Got him.
MAGA demon!
All right, sorry, D. Shay. We got him though. You scared him off.
I don't understand how. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just, I, I was listening to him and I'm like, okay, he keeps bringing up Obama. He keeps bringing up this person. I'm like,
yeah.
and then he says, you know, like they're not all corrupt,
Mm,
but they're not the president.
thank you.
The whole cabinet is not the president.
Mm. Tell him, D. Shay. There you go. Tell
So,
him.
so bringing out the crimes or the accused or whatever when it comes to the cabinet or when it comes to the government,
Yeah.
they're not the president.
Amen. There you go. There you
And the
go.
president has made it very clear that he doesn't care what any of them say. He's going to do what he wants to do.
Mm. Mm. You hear that, Darren? Listen up. You're learning something right now. Do you believe him when he says that he comes in here because he wants to hear what the other side has to say and, see where to figure out where he should stand? Do you believe that nonsense they like to bring up when they get up here and say this kind of stuff?
No, a brainwashed MAGA is honestly at war with themselves because the part of him that wants to hear the opposing side is the real part of him. But then
Mm.
the MAGA brainwashing comes in and it just wrecks it. completely.
You hear that, Darren? Yeah, and so do you think Darren was being honest when he was trying to say that he's not affected by any of the stuff that Trump is doing? What is that about,
Unless he's part of the 99%, it no,
Darren?
he unless he is one of the wealthy men that Trump is supporting. No, it
Yeah,
is going to affect him.
yeah, yeah, Darren.
And and I hope he doesn't have any family members on mental health medication. I hope he doesn't have any family members that have Medicaid. I hope he doesn't have any family members that get Social Security. I hope that his parents, if they're still on this earth, that he can afford to take care of them.
With all his little money he has left after Trump takes it. Would you feel sorry for him if, let's just say, he went to the store and he was trying to buy some eggs and they didn't have any eggs, and then he couldn't eat eggs the rest of his life? Would you feel sorry for Darren Deshay?
No. I'm not going to feel sorry for someone who speaks the way he speaks. And then like we talk about eggs and stuff on here.
Yeah,
Y'all, listen, the Domino's near my house no longer has chicken.
you got to be. You got to be. Well, they ran out of chicken.
They have no chicken. Like their biggest menu item that my
Wow.
husband gets is their Memphis barbecue chicken. It's gone.
Wow. No eggs, no chicken. It's a direct assault on the black community. What a shame. What a shame. It's a direct assault on the black community. Wow.
And for this man, Darren, to support someone who talks the way he talks, who
I,
wants to give gold cards to Russian oligarchy. I don't get it. I really don't.
yeah.
And then this, what is it, Andrew Tate stuff? Like,
Yeah. What
so
do you
much
think?
is going on that I'm just like,
Yeah, real quickly on the Tate stuff. Did you follow what happened yesterday? Or the last 2 days? Pam Bondi promised that she was going to release the Epstein files. Did you follow this?
yeah.
And that guy Snuggy, we call him Snuggy,
Hmm.
right? G-Man. He's been going all over TikTok spreading the lie. I call it rat poison. Oh, we're gonna find all the Democrats on that list. And Pam Bondi gave and it was all redacted. And she's blaming the deep state. And Laura Loomer says Pam Bondi, and Laura Loomer, she's MAGA. Why are
Hmm.
you blaming the deep state when supposedly Trump put all his people in there and they fired the deep state? Huh? So no information on Epstein, but we got the Tate brothers.
No, and the thing that I don't understand is everybody was like, Cash Patel's gonna release the Epstein list, or Cash Patel's gonna release the Diddy list, and it's like Cash Patel was appointed by Trump. You really think he's gonna put the real list out there? Considering anybody can say what they want, but whenever Epstein says me and Trump are best friends, and Trump says
Thank
Epstein
you.
is a great guy. But
Yep.
then, as soon as Epstein started getting looked at, then Trump goes, "No, we don't really know each other. We just did business a couple of times." But you in dozens and dozens of photos with this man.
Thank you.
We were never going to see that Epstein list if Trump is president.
WD Shay. See, Darren, we don't fall for the foolishness, all right? But y'all did. Well, listen, D Shay, we got to move it along, but you did an
Yeah,
outstanding job once
I was
again.
ready to debate.
Yeah, I was trying to help you, but they ran when they saw you because they know, just like I know, we don't play games when it comes to the truth. You either got it or you don't. All right, WD Shay in
Yeah.
the chat, ladies and gentlemen. No lies. No lies detected, all right? And
Have a great day,
you
Zeus.
too, you too. So listen up, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this country, as far as I'm concerned, is heading towards a 1929 style depression, one like we've never ever seen before. And you cannot make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. You really can't. And you know what happened the other day? You know what? I have some more immigration news. Do we need to hear a little immigration news? Do you want to hear it? Because I got to do this. I got to do this. Any Latinos who voted for Trump out there? Any Latinos out there who voted for Trump? I just want to see. All right, all right, all right. Well, this headline is ICE arrests 16 people at Pass Christian concrete contractor. All right, so this happened in Mississippi. All right,
everybody, Jonathan
let's get this on the record.
Enjoy the video, y'all.
Let's get this on the record, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for joining us tonight for your WLOX News Now at 10. An immigration raid at a Pass Christian work site resulted in multiple people getting taken into custody. Will Polston has the details on the arrest and how the company is responding to this investigation.
Now, when President Donald Trump was elected, he almost immediately signed an executive order that targeting those who have entered the country illegally. And that leads us here to Gulf Coast Pre-Stress Partners in Pass Christian, where just 2 days ago, 16 people who were working here were arrested by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Wow.
Now, these 16 arrests were from countries such as Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras. ICE agents were at the facility issuing an immigration subpoena when they saw a large group of people running towards the back of the property. Take a look at this video posted by DEA New Orleans on their Instagram page. You can see the people running through high vegetation, trying to escape the agents. Ultimately, 18 people were apprehended, but 2 were let go, both of them with the proper work authorizations and an upcoming immigration court date. As of February 1st, ICE reports around 80 arrests just in Mississippi alone. Damian Holcomb, the attorney for Gulf Coast Pre-Stress Partners, reached out to WLOX. He said these workers were brought in through a hiring agency and says that they were the ones responsible for making sure that they had the proper authorizations. He finished up by saying that they are reevaluating their agreements with their staffing partners, trying to make sure that their compliance measures are in place moving forward.
You hear this? You hear this? So they go in there and you're running your business. This is why I say, you Trump supporters that voted for this, you can't tell me this isn't having an impact on you. All right. And then guess what? They're running out of the back of the business and they're getting tracked down. And you just have to say, what has this country came to? Right? This is why we do what we do to these folks, the Latinos for Trump, because you know what they were doing, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, before all of this was going on, they were singing these kind of songs. Remember this? Remember this? This is what they were doing. And now they're chasing you out of the country. You hear that? Hey, hey, hey! Remember y'all was singing this?
Oh my God, I will vote.
Come on.
I will vote.
Come on. Remember y'all was doing it?
Oh my God,
Come get me. I'm here. I'm at work.
I will vote.
Come on.
Oh my God, I will vote.
And now look at it.
I will vote.
And this is why this whole country is going down in degradation. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do to all those Latinos who voted for Donald J. Trump. W. Kabira! Thank you. To all those Latinos who voted for Donald J. Trump, this one's for you. May you enjoy resting in hell. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them straight to the lake of fire.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
All right. W in the chat for Kabira, because you know what? That was very impressive. All right. No lies detected. All right. And still, ladies and gentlemen, Darren, I want you to understand, all jokes aside, what we're doing is saving this great country of ours, because we understand how the cult works and how you got in there. You were lured in there by that dirty diaper. All right. And that the way it smelled. BT. Oh, hold on, BT. You say the Democrat Party is done. Hey, BT, would you mind sending Big Zeus a guest request, BT? I'd love to hear from you. I don't know what the heck you're talking about, but I can't send you a guest request. So would you send Big Zeus a guest request there, BT, and we'll bring you right on up here, and we'll help you see the light. All right. Let's see. Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Thor decided to send. You wanted to come up here, Thor, and get a dose. That's mighty brave of you, Thor, to come up here and try to defend Donald Trump. Thor.
I love it when the ICE come in and they run.
like little cockroaches.
You love that? Thor. So your connection is bad, Thor. I can't deal with that, but I think I got what Thor was trying to say. Thor, your connection is bad, but that's a MAGA demon. Y'all heard him what he said. You heard what he said. So, Darren, you understand now who's really on repeat? It's you. It's you. It's your party member. Thor, that is, as far as I'm concerned, real proof that you're clearly racist and you hate yourself. So what we're going to do, Thor, that MAGA demon is still running rampant in you, Thor. I'm going to warm up the lake of fire for racist Thor. Yeah, ugly racist Thor. How about that? Because you can tell by his profile picture, Thor's an ugly creature, isn't he? Real ugly. And I can also smell him through the box. So smelly, ugly Thor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send smelly, ugly Thor to the bottom floor in hell. Go to hell, Thor. No intelligence. No intelligence.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
No intelligence at all. Hey, Thor, maybe you didn't hear me, but this is what Donald Trump thinks about you, Thor.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
And if you don't, if you're not careful, Thor, getting on TikTok and doing that, you might end up getting a visit from ICE too. So if I were you, Thor, honestly, I would relax. Kevin, you're more than welcome to come in the box and talk to me. And listen up, I haven't said it in a bit, but you know, I got to remind people, if you don't like the way that Big Zeus is running this show, if you don't like the way that I'm running my live, do us all a huge favor and listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
You hear that? And I play that because I know, just like Donald Trump, all of you supporters of his, y'all don't know how to read. So I got to hit play on it so at least you can say you heard it, all right? Honestly, if you don't like the way that I'm running this broadcast, leave. I've given you ample opportunity to leave because I told you, I promise you, I'm going to ruin your morning. Nothing makes me feel great than to know that's just one less MAGA around here, right? Yeah, you guys are a bunch of liars. All right, let's bring up the next panelist. All right, do you got any Trump supporters? Please put a 1 in the chat. If you're a Trump supporter, I'll bring you right on up here. Oh, okay, I see someone out here. Okay, David, come on up here, David. Come on up here, David. All right, I sent you an invite. You spamming my chat. You're saying Trump, and I invited you up here, David. But if you don't accept the guest request, David, I'm going to tell my mods to put you in a straitjacket. All right, mods, do what you wish with David. I've invited David, and he's not accepting the guest request. Put a 1 in the oh. All right, David. That's mighty brave of you. That's mighty brave of you, David.
Yeah, what's up?
You voted for Donald Trump, huh?
Yeah, why?
What part of the country are you in?
What does it matter?
Do you collect any Social Security or any federal assistance of any type? You Medicaid? You don't do any of that? Well, what do you do for a living, David? I'm just trying to get an accurate profile of you and so I can understand where you're coming from. Why so defensive?
I'm not so defensive. Just trying to know you, Steve.
Trying
to know you.
Well, I can't hear you that well, and it's starting to seem like you're wasting my time, David. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on, all right? But I appreciate you, all right, David? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send David straight to hell because he thinks it's it sounded like he was trying to eventually get to that place where he says, Zeus, I want to get to go on a date with you and all that other stuff. David, I'm not interested. So, David, you can lay there and burn like the Russian bears and all those other freaks of nature out there that think that I want to go and sit anywhere with them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send David straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Let's try this again. Do we have any Trump supporters out there? Any Trump supporters out there? Because I would love to bring you up here and have Oh, it looks like I got flagged, but you know what? When we get flagged, we keep on going, all right? Because we're not restarting this live. I gotta continue to go until it says, you know what? Enough of that, all right? Let's bring up the next panelist. All right, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? All right, who do we got next? Good morning, Nutty. Welcome to the show, Nutty. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
So yesterday we kept hearing, I don't even remember these people's names because there's just so many of them. But we kept hearing that it's a lie. You know, when we were telling them they're going to cut Social Security and Medicaid, right?
Yep.
The one gentleman that was working, has a business that was on Medicaid, which
Correct.
I don't know how that happens. If he's here, I did a little fact check, right? Because it's important. It's important that we're all being truthful about the statements that we make. Correct.
Correct.
Because
I'm big on that.
We want to bring the truth. Even those of us that are on this side, we have to bring facts.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a fact check. House Republicans are lying about their vote in favor of nearly $1 trillion in Medicaid cuts. They're lying to y'all.
Rick. Wow, they're lying. Rick. So they're lying. Thank you, Nutty. See that?
And to scroll on down. And by the way, this is from February 26th of this year.
Wow.
Which is 2 days ago. So I don't want anyone saying, "Oh, that's from 3 years ago." No, this is from 2 days ago.
Wow.
The caption right up here says, "It is mathematically impossible for Republicans to meet the requirements of their budget resolution without gutting Medicaid and ripping away health care for Americans." So what say you, MAGA? What say you? In fact, the New York Times, the Washington Post, NBC News, New York Magazine, HuffPost, also 8 House Republicans in a letter to Speaker Johnson last week. The House budget resolution proposed $880 billion in cuts to programs under the jurisdiction of the House Committee on Energy and Commerce, with Medicaid expected to bear the brunt of these reductions. So, MAGA, what say you? Someone said that I'm lying already.
Who said that?
I'm showing proof. Kabira, who was that?
Who said that?
Here I am showing proof.
Who says that? Oh, someone says all left sources. Okay, hold on. All right. Please come on up here. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Nutty is lying and you want to challenge him on this. Because here's the thing: if Nutty is lying, I'll pivot. I'll say, Nutty, don't bring any of that stuff that's been stepped on back up here. All right. So let's see if they got it. Yeah.
Hey Zeus, you know what's interesting? If I were lying, I'd say the same thing about myself.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the difference between them and us.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing people, even on our side, saying that it's not between us and them. It is between us and them at this point. It is. Period, point blank, end of discussion. It's between us and them. The difference between you and I, sir, ma'am, whoever it is that said I was lying, is that if we happen to say something that's not truthful, number one, it's without intent. We don't mean to do it. And then if someone corrects us on it, guess what we're going to do?
What's that?
We're going to be, as you would always say, humble. Mm-hmm. And we're going to say, I got it wrong.
Thank you.
How many times have you heard me say, I got it wrong, Zeus? I've heard you say, I've got it wrong.
Or I don't know.
Absolutely.
That's a sign of strength. Yeah, that's a sign of character and integrity, unlike you.
But most of all, that's the sign of growth. That's the sign of not wanting to stay in your ignorance. Because we know that ignorance is a lack of knowledge. And for you idiots that continuously want to sleep in the bathwater of ignorance, it's absolutely sickening.
Mm.
You don't want to learn.
Mm.
You don't want to learn the truth. Because the truth goes against your narrative.
Oh, what's their narrative, Nutty? Because conservative Democrat is in my comments.
Their narrative is It's whatever Donald Trump and his administration says, that is the truth. Everybody else is lying. They possibly cannot be lying because they have a truth serum that's poured into their veins and they only know how to tell the truth.
Wow. Wow, Nutty, you are. Let me go ahead. I gotta send Nutty some support right now because when Nutty talks like this, this is worthy of definitely, what I'm talking about. This is what we do, and this is another thing. They say, well, Zeus, you're paid by the DNC. Well, so what? Let me be paid by the DNC. What business is it to you? If Nutty's paid by the DNC, at least it shows that the DNC is actually taking care of their people. You know what? W to the Democrats. I get so tired of these people sitting there saying they see us on TikTok working every day, Nutty, and they tell us to get to work. Isn't this? You see us at work. Isn't this what we're supposed to be doing?
So everyone knows it's no secret. I'm here in the Kansas City metro area, and so I told you guys just the other day that I had several friends affected by the cuts that Donald Trump did here at the IRS.
Yeah.
So now this is according to KCTV News Channel 5 here in Kansas City. They interviewed and they changed the man's name because, he's still technically a government worker.
Right.
So they're calling him Luke. This is an actual email that the people here in Kansas City get. It came from HR.OPM.
OPM, Office of Personnel Management. Yeah, okay.
And this came out Thursday, January 30th, 2025 at 10:25
W, Betty.
p.m.
Thank you, Betty.
Right?
Yeah.
And the subject matter was fork in the road facts. We have received a number of questions regarding the deferred resignation program.
Wow.
Below are our top facts. Am I expected to work at my government job during the deferred resignation period? No. And it goes on to answer facts about a lot of things. The reason why this is being shown right now is because some of the people who did take the deferred resignation, they now regret it because now they're being threatened to be fired. And even though they accepted the deferred resignation, they're not going to receive the money that was promised.
Wow.
Because they were supposed to get...
It's a scam.
It is a scam. They were supposed to get their compensation and insurance and vacation time through September of this year.
Wow.
They're not going to get it. They're not going to receive it now.
Any Trump supporters still think Nutty is lying out there?
Here's the evidence.
Because Nutty, you snapped their brains. These people got glass brains. I found out their brains are glass, and you just shattered it. That's crazy. You did that.
I'm just so confused that the gentleman you spoke to just a couple times ago that ran when Deshae got in the box.
Yeah, Darren,
Yeah.
the one that likes to get the Democrats' perspective.
It's not even a Democratic perspective. It should be our perspective because this is what your government is doing to us, the people. In the preamble of the Constitution, how does it begin in the preamble? We learned this in fourth grade?
Yeah.
We the people. We the people are being harmed by this administration and by his little cohorts who will do his bidding at the snap of a
lady.
finger.
Thank you. Yep.
So with that being said, Zeus, I just wanted to show that because, of course, we're always lying, but whenever we show proof, we're still lying, and we show more proof, and we're still lying.
Thank you.
So what do we need to do,
Gregory?
What do we need to do to show you that we're not lying?
Thank
Does
you.
it need does this ass whipping that the American people are getting? Does it need to show up?
You got a belt, Nutty? You got a belt, Nutty?
Show up on your door?
W, Betty. Yeah.
Does it need to show up on your door specifically before you believe it? Do you really have to enter the FAFO stage in order to learn that fat meat will always be greasy?
W, Nutty. Nutty gave you a source. He gave you a source. If you didn't screenshot it and Google it yourself, I don't know what else to do. All right,
I even told him the news organization that I got my source from. The news organization that I got my source from, they actually saw the email and they screenshot the email and they broadcasted the email.
Thank you.
What more do you need, sir?
Thank you. We're going to get it to him, Nutty.
Goodness.
It's embarrassing.
If a snake was right there in your face, you'd be like, no, that's not a snake. What does that snake need to do? Bite you in the face before you bite? Oh, my God.
Bite him. Oh, look at this. Rudy said they received the email that Nutty got. So listen, Nutty's not up here lying, you Trump supporters. All right, so we got to move it along. But Nutty, I might have if someone is bold enough to request to come up here and challenge you on that, Nutty.
Oh,
I'll bring you right back up. Yeah. All right, W Nutty in the chat and W Rick in the chat. So, and listen, thank you, Rick, and all of you, honestly, who continue to support this platform. Honestly, you're doing a lot when we don't get to say thank you enough, especially because we're up here cooking and booking. But it's folks like you that make what we're doing just that much better. Okay, you don't have to. I think the most important thing, this is what I say to people: if you're not on TikTok getting the word out or doing what you could do, then the expectation is you got to be out there in your community as well. All right, and go into these town halls, right? Am I right, Kabira? Get out there to your town halls and hold your elected officials accountable, because that's what this is really about. It's entertaining in a way because that's what I got to do. But the main issue here is we understand government and we know what works and we know what doesn't work way better than Elon Musk and Donald J. Trump. Because at the end of the day, these folks are billionaires. What are you? And I don't get it. These Trump supporters, Leah, all right, W Leah in the chat. These Trump supporters, they defend Elon Musk. And they know between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they ain't got nothing in common. You're sitting at home collecting a check on Social Security. You're using Medicaid. You're getting those benefits because clearly there's an issue with you. And they've convinced you there's nothing wrong with you. Get your behind out there and work. You're going to get out here and you're going to try to compete with people who've been doing things for decades and, they're really professionals and you ain't got no experience except for sitting on the couch. That is a recipe for disaster. All right. They literally are cutting your water off and you all don't realize it because guess what? It's like Donald Trump said about you.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Good morning, Ari. Nice to see you. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we got? All right. DJ Kitty, welcome. How are you doing, sis? How are you doing? Welcome, DJ Kitty. Good morning. How are you? Long time no see.
I'm doing good.
All righty. Thank you.
It's been a minute. I've been busy, a little under the weather, but I'm a lot better.
Okay. All right. Well, you're looking good. All right. And all right. You're looking good. I'm glad to see you back in business. Yes.
So I see that, MAGA's still at it. Some of them.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people saying, I regret my vote, but you got some who are going to be, the ones who are just going to dig their feet deep into the sand and, I'm still going to stand on stupid. Because stupid is all I know. I'm going to just stay here on stupid and I'm going to dig my heels in deep. I don't mind paying $12, $15 for eggs because my president said that I can stay on stupid. That's what I'm going to do.
WDJ Kitty.
Y'all are truly staying on stupid.
Yeah.
The man is destroying the country. The black jobs that the Hispanics, Latinos, Mexicans were supposed to take, they're not taking those jobs.
W Kabira, WDJ Kitty. This is what we're talking about.
A South African who has taken all of the jobs.
That part.
Y'all let a South African come into America and take your job.
Wow. Literally.
What happened to America? What happened to America first? MAGA. I do know the definition for MAGA in Nigerian, right? If you don't know, I ain't gonna tell you. I need you to look it up. If y'all do nothing else, look it up. You might want to stop calling yourself MAGA.
WDJ Kitty. You didn't drop the bomb on him. You didn't drop the bomb on him, DJ.
No, he saw y'all coming. He said, ooh, Zeus, I got me a live one. They are a bunch of dummies.
Wow, wow, wow. And they fell for it all the time.
So I'm gonna stop. But MAGA, y'all should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for y'all. This man has come and he let a 4-year-old tell him to shut his effing mouth. Hold on, where's my belt? 'Cause I always
You got the belt. You got the belt. Woo! Don't flash that like that.
You see this?
My Lord.
Water X needed belt to behind. He let a 4-year, then he and brought boogers on the desk.
Woo! You taking it back to the old
his dad stood there shaking like a damn I'm sorry, mama, like a robot, just shaking. I don't think the man is real. I'm sorry. And TikTok, this is for educational and entertainment purposes.
Because I can't.
These are my opinions.
Yeah, thank you, DJ. Thank you for cleaning that up because I gotta dial it back. I got flagged, so I gotta let the guest do it. I'll let the guest do it. I'll let the guest do it though, because I've already pushed it to that limit. But yeah, that belt right there, DJ. Could you flash it one more time? Because that.
Hold on. Let me put my.
Go ahead.
Ooh. This is what happened. The little boy needed his butt whooped. Where is your mammy?
Woo.
Because
Lord have mercy.
Let me keep it. Let me keep it for one day.
Oh yeah. That hurt. That hurt. Stop. You know that.
In Swatter X's defense, he was talking to the worst person on the planet.
Lord have mercy.
I would give Swatter X maybe 2 swats.
2 swats?
Person.
Yeah.
But his message was well received.
Right.
Not the president.
Yeah.
His daddy, the robot.
Yeah.
You've been bought like a $2. I ain't finna say
Keep it clean, but we know what that means.
But you know.
DJ Kitty is on fire.
It doesn't make sense for us to be here in 2025 with a man with a dead hand.
Oh, you saw that?
Okay?
Yeah.
We've been saying that for months.
Yeah.
My brother Darian, he said he's been saying that for months.
Yeah.
The man with the dead hand, it makes no sense for this man. And I feel like, you know how some people are so mean and evil when they get up in age and they feel like they're not going to be here too much longer?
Yeah.
And so they start destroying everything.
That part.
He's trying to burn this country to the ground. So that is why we must come together.
Amen.
That
Hit him with it. Yeah.
We have to. We don't have a choice.
That part.
It's no longer about Democrats and Republicans. It's no longer about black and white. I need you to step up out of your racism so you can save yourself and your children, okay?
Yeah.
It's
Tell
no
them.
longer about that. What it's about. Hey, sis.
There you go. All right. We're doing a 2-for-1. Let's go. Miss Morningstar, you said bring you up with your sister.
Real quick. Yes, with my sister. So my sister.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
There you go. There you go.
It's about us versus them. If you have to go to work, you are with us.
Hey, Jay.
If you are sitting back telling people what to do and firing folks, you're with them.
Thank you.
Get up out your hate and your racism. Realize that your children deserve better. Stop being stuck on stupid.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt because you know the belt comes after that.
Now, I want to tell y'all, since Kitty didn't want to tell y'all what MAGA means in Nigeria.
Oh.
It means someone who is gullible or being kind.
W, Morningstar and DJ Kitty.
And I'm going to just say this, Zeus. Since we actually are the original people of the world, you know what I'm saying? This came out of Nigeria, so it must be true. I mean,
Amen.
we must have known this from the very beginning. And the gullible fool idiots that continue to vote or continue to support a stinking fool who is not the president. He is not running the country. You saw what the French president did to him.
Yeah.
Can't
Stop.
read.
Slow
Stop.
your roll.
W Morningstar.
Y'all know.
I'm just saying.
Hit him with it.
So
Y'all know he can't read. I'm gonna say that as well.
I'm scared of that belt. I'm scared. That brings back memories.
That sure do. But you know what? It got you on the right side, right?
You acted right. I bet you didn't tell the president of the United States.
This is why I am who I am today because of that belt.
Because of his belt.
There you go.
I don't even have to use this belt. My grandson, he just sees it and knows. Belt to behind.
Means get in line. No, there you go. Thank you.
Bars. Get in line.
There you go. Because it's coming. Either way it goes.
Coming.
Yeah.
But Twitter X, you know, it's a sad day in America when a 4-year-old can tell the president to shut your effing mouth.
Wow.
Maggie, y'all okay with this? Y'all don't spank y'all kids. That's what's wrong. That's what you see how it doesn't have to be abuse. It's just a tiny little belt.
It's a tool.
Just a few little licks and you get some act right.
You know, and I'm glad. I mean, you said that, and you know, when you said that, the first thing that popped up in my head was, you know, I used to be told back in the day when it was okay. I'd rather do this to you than for one of them law enforcement officers to unalive you, and that's unfortunate. That is so unfortunate that parents have to say that, even to this day, because it's real. The cops will do it. The cops will do what they've done to us. So that's why it's unfortunate we're in a situation like that. This is a sick country, and MAGA has just made it a lot worse.
Okay, so I'm about to have to stop because I got a meeting.
Alrighty then. Well, listen.
Three jobs. But the one job that I wanted to talk to you, sir, about is we got the morning show.
Okay.
We got the morning show starting next week, Zeus.
Okay, well, send me the details.
We film in the evenings, and they play it the next morning.
Oh, okay.
So,
all
Zeus,
right.
Nutty, Shay,
2 for 1.
Ange, Jess, who else?
Kabira.
Yeah.
Get them all there because the message has to get out there. All right, we're gonna get the truth out there. Thank you. And Shay, get Shay too. Yeah.
All right. Yes, I said Shay. All of you guys. All I need you to do is DM me. Let's exchange information. Let's get you on the lineup. We record it tonight. It plays the very next morning. Let's get the message out there. If you're in an organization, an association, whatever you have going on for the community, let's
come on, Shay.
That part.
Let's
part.
Go.
I see you.
Alrighty then.
All right, Zeus. Thanks for bringing me up. I just wanted to
pleasure.
Alrighty then.
I just wanted to make sure everybody understood what MAGA was.
Fair enough. All right.
That was my thing.
I'll hit you up.
Alrighty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
See you later, Kitty.
There you go. Black excellence right there, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for DJ Kitty and Miss Morningstar. No lies detected. And so as you can see, to the Trump supporters that are out there, they always like to say, when are you all going to get a job? Because they get tired of hearing us on TikTok. This is the job, all right? And this is just part of everything else that we've done, all right? And you should just honestly be in awe. But instead of being in awe, you know what? They sit up there and they complain because they're the ones that are actually lazy. And that's what I got to do. For all the lazy Trump supporters that are out there collecting Social Security, I'm going to send you to hell because guess what? You're going to have to get up and get a job because guess what? You voted for this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them straight to hell. I don't need you in the box to do it.
Silence.
Yeah, I don't need you in the box. So listen, do we got any more Trump supporters out there that are in need of, a blessing? Go ahead, put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter out there and you're in need of a good old blessing this Friday. All right, we got something for you. We got something for you. Woo! yeah. I'm looking for them. Someone wrote Democrats are lazy. All right, let's go there. User, come on up here. W for the Cash App. Thank you so much. I can't see who it was, but I got the alert. I appreciate it. All right, I seriously do. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right on up here. All right, we don't got much time. It's Friday, and you ain't gotta. We know what you're doing. Where's my Cash App? I think it's in the bio or something. I don't know, but it's what is it? 3 Crossing. I think that's the Cash App. I forget, to be honest with you. W in the chat. All right. Oh, okay. The PayPal's the only one in the bio. Yeah, I need to update that, as you can see. I'm so sorry, but PayPal works. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right on up here. I really like to go back and forth, all right, when I'm dealing with these shows, because a lot of people, they do complain and they say, Zeus, you got to get all perspectives, all right, and because we know where the Democrats stand, and the Democrats are right. Okay. Tiny Tank Top Tim, you have a question. Okay, I'll take your bait. All right, let's see if you're being honest. All right, and I'm going to do it this way, all right, because you know who else has answers. I'm going to bring up my good friend Val. Welcome, Val. How are you? Tiny Tank Top Tim. We're all right. How are you doing this Friday?
Good. How are you guys?
Yes. Now, you have questions about your Social Security possibly getting cut? And I appreciate the respectfulness that you put on that, all right? That's the conversation. That's the way you're supposed to engage the kingdom.
So,
Jesus Christ.
How you guys doing today? I do have an honest question.
What's going on over there? I gotta mute him, Val.
Weird background towards
this guy gets up and he gets up here. All of the cables unplugged, the wires are crisscrossing, and all of this other stuff, bro. Seriously, Tom, where are you? He's at a laundromat again, W. Shay. He need to be worrying about his Social Security being cut. He needs to be worried about his internet connection.
Tim, when I asked you to paint the file cabinet to make a match, I didn't mean bring in a crew.
W Val. All right, let's see if he's genuine. Let's see if he's genuine, because if he's not genuine, I'm gonna move it along. All right, because we want to answer real questions. We don't got time to play games. Tom, what's going on? Tiny Tank Top Tim.
So,
Tom,
do you guys really believe that Social Security is going to be cut?
Yes.
Okay. You know, I work with people who 100% of my tenants have Social Security, and their rent is based upon that. You think I would get notice that the Social Security is going to be cut, right?
Are you of some kind of opinion that this government that's in place right now is going to send any kind of notice on anything?
They would have to, because I would have to adjust my tenants.
You're under the impression
I would have to adjust my tenants' rents.
Tim, are you under the impression they're going to follow the law?
No, I'm saying that because people's rents are based upon Social
Thank you
Security.
for answering that honestly. No is the right answer. They're not. They've made that abundantly clear.
You guys don't know what you're talking about when it comes
W
to
Val in the chat. I'm going to do it. No, Tom. I appreciate this.
I would get noticed because I have to adjust the rents.
Tom, I honestly appreciate this question, because that tells me you're concerned. Because hypothetically,
I'm actually not.
No, hypothetically, Tom, if you did get that notice, it would have an impact on you directly, right? Because you said
an impact on me, it would have an impact on my tenants.
But that means if the tenants are showing up less if they don't got the rent, bro, we know what's next.
No, wait. They could still live here for free. I would just have to adjust the papers to say that they don't have any income. Because it's based upon their income. It's 30% of their income. If they don't have income, guess what? The government pays 100% of their subsidy.
Oh, you act like they're going to continue to do that.
They will. It's already been discussed.
Tim, here's the issue. Here's the issue.
It's already been discussed.
You have this. You have
no idea what you're talking about.
Tom,
no idea what you're talking about.
Tom, this is a great conversation, honestly. But we need to have this. This is serious, bro.
Yeah. Tim, you're under the impression that this government that is
you're under
in
the
place
impression
right
you
now,
know what you're talking about.
Tom,
hold on a second.
Can you
we
just
do, because we've already seen proof. Okay,
we're not telling you to believe us because we know you don't. But I want to hear what Val has to say, and a lot of people do, because to be honest, you might not be the only one in that situation, and people need to prepare for what possibly may happen.
Yeah. Nutty brought up the proof a minute ago that they're trying to hide what they're doing with Medicaid and Medicare behind the scenes. Okay? They're trying to put it off onto another department that actually controls the money that goes to Medicaid and Medicare to fool people like you. You're under the impression that government is going to work the way it always has in the past without understanding that they're firing everybody that made it work that way, that gave you those important pieces of information you needed to know to help the people you're trying to work with in your job right now. Those people don't exist. They're losing their jobs. See, when y'all want to go through and talk about government employees being laid off, and this is what we need to do, we need to strip the government of all these employees, without thinking that these are the actual employees that give you the information that you just asked for. Okay, this is the problem with your way of thinking. What's really happening right now is every government standard that's been put in place and that has worked, like what you were talking about, is now going to be broken. Sir, I want you to understand, and I want you to go to EIA.gov, okay? Just that one site, and then try to find current oil production levels or current gas prices.
Why? That has nothing to do with my job.
There.
It has nothing to do with
Because
my
they're
job.
not there. Do you know why they're not there?
Those two have nothing to do with my job.
No, sir, they have everything to do
No,
because
they don't.
government is attached to everything. This is what you don't understand. This is what you all fail to understand. Government is attached to every aspect of our lives, like it or not. It is. How we get information from the government, how we know people are doing what they're supposed to do that are controlled by the government is all attached to everything we do in our lives.
And
And
this is the
people like
part.
you, and people like you that come up here and want to fight this process every day.
People like you, hey,
I
that's a
don't want
racist
government.
statement.
I want small government. I want all these things. I want to get all these people out of government.
You shouldn't
Without
use racist statements,
understanding,
Val.
there's actually real people that work there to make sure you get the information you need.
You shouldn't
And
use
they're
racist
now
statements,
gone.
Val.
Gone.
Tiny Tink
Gone.
Top
Hear
Tim
that,
Tom.
Tim? Gone.
We're trying to. We're you. I really do
You're not
think you
trying to
came up.
teach me anything.
We-
You guys,
You no, but and so what Val said, and I'm gonna look at it from the angle of the person on Social Security. Imagine this, Tom. Imagine this. You're the person who's collecting Social Security, living in this apartment situation you've got. They're concerned that you
not.
might. They're no. If they're believing, if they get cut financially, then their priority will not be you. It'll be themselves. Correct?
they won't have to pay rent if it's cut.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at it at their level. And most of the time, they're not going to come right to you and say, hey, I'm short. So there's going to be a find out phase in the event what we're talking about is
If I
actually
adjust their
played
rent,
out.
because, hold on, if they don't have income and I adjust their rent to where it's zero rent, how is that affecting them?
So how are you going to collect the rent money if you're not getting it from them? You're going to depend on the government for the difference?
It's already been discussed how it's going to happen. If the money would go into a fund, and if the cuts come back, guess what? That money's still there.
Where's that money at, sir?
Jesus Christ!
I want you to sit right there and tell me, because you just made a bunch of. I want you to show me what policy's been put in place and who is going to be responsible for making sure that happens, sir. Come on, I want you to tell me.
And you think the landlords are going to be taken care of, but the tenants aren't. This is
No,
wild.
no, see, that's where you're wrong. I didn't say that. The owners of the company would not, or the owners of the building would not be.
So you're thinking that the owners of the building that you live in, when they quit receiving money from the government for these people, are going to say okay? They're just going to say okay?
No, they're not going to be. They're not going to just say okay.
Yeah. What's really going to happen, Tim?
What do you mean?
What's really going to happen when they
Not gonna
quit
kick
receiving
anybody
money
out
from the
because,
government, Tim?
They're not going to kick anybody out.
And I shouldn't be laughing.
Tim's the optimist with corporations. I love it, Tim. Tim, I didn't know you had an ostrich bone in your body.
Don't have a legal
But
reason.
You're the optimist. You're the optimist when it comes to thinking that corporations and people that own buildings are going to just eat it.
W Val in the chat. This is diabolical what Val is doing to you, Tom. I need
legal reason to kick them out. There's no legal
need a legal reason. Hold on, sir. Here, let me help you out with that.
Legal reason.
Hold on. I'm Mr. Corporate. I'm Mr. Corporate, and I own a building right now. Hold on. What's my legal reason? I didn't fucking get paid.
Oh, and that was dirty. Go ahead.
Hold on. It's not the tenant's fault they didn't get paid. So the tenant didn't break any laws. The tenant didn't break any rules.
The tenant didn't break any rules. The tenant didn't break any rules. The tenant doesn't matter, sir. What you're talking about is going to affect corporate. When it affects corporate and it affects their pocketbook, I promise you, it is going to affect them.
Crazy Fridays. This is Crazy Fridays right here. This is Crazy Fridays talk.
Now you guys think you're the expert on fucking everything.
Hey, come on now. Okay, you're both even. Let's go. Tom, this is the concern that I have, honestly. Not for you.
My bad, Zeus. I started it.
It's okay.
You think you know everything about every subject, and you don't, Val. You're a moron in a lot of things.
Don't do that, Tom. Tiny Tank Top Tim, Tom. Don't do that.
Wait. You insult every single person that comes up here, but I can't insult one person.
I'm not trying to insult you, Tim. I'm actually sad for you in this situation.
Me too, Val.
I'm sad for you in this situation.
You've come up and insulted a lot of people. So take it or don't.
Tom. Let's move on past identity politics and let's get back to the business. Let's get back to the.
You do not insult guests when they come up. Yes or no?
Yeah, we don't like to do that, but every now and then it goes there.
But I want to make sure you're clear about something, Tim. This is politics, Tim. This is politics.
I gotta mute him. He's crashing out.
Yeah, politics, Tim. I want to make sure you understand something about politics. It is tough. It is not friendly. Okay, and you have to have a thick skin to get through it.
Thank you.
You have to be ready to fight and fight for everything that you believe in.
Thank you.
Period. And if that means that somebody telling you something hurts your feelings,
you deliberately
hold on, sir. You need to understand this.
Tom,
you deliberately insult people.
Tom, please. We're trying to get something out to the people.
You guys are trying to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And I do it for a living.
But you're not picking up the clues that we're leaving behind. So just
because you don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
I can't help.
All right. Well, Kabira says she had something to say. So let's see if this could work. Hi, Kabira. How are you?
Good morning, Kabira.
Hey, Zeus. What's up, Val?
How's it going, Kabira?
Tiny Tank Top.
Hi, Kabira.
Right, Val. How you doing today? What's up, Tiny Tank Top Tim?
Tom.
Hey, so you know how a snowball rolls down the hill and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And anything in the way is going to get smashed, right? So now your Social Security recipients, they don't have the funds to pay you, right? The corporation, whoever owns that building, because they get subsidized through the government, right? But the government quit the subsidies. So they're not going to be able to stay there, right? Now, this ball is rolling down the hill. Now, what do you think is going to happen to your job?
That's the problem. You guys think
So Tim, it's like this, right?
Tom, can she at least say it and then you respond? Is that possible in your world? We get you're worried and you're concerned you might lose. Well, act like you're not worried and just listen. Because if it's not bothering you, you should have the ability to just say, "Okay, I hear what you're saying, but okay, it doesn't bother me. Let's finish this." Hi, okay, Kabir, please.
Oh, okay. So I've known people who lived in housing. All right, and you're right. They pay so much. But say, for example, if those people, and I'm not calling out names, they lost their jobs. They couldn't pay their rent. The company, they didn't want to hear it. The management had to put them out. See, so it doesn't matter whether they're on Social Security, low income, or whatever. You can't pay the rent. I'm sorry, Grandma, Grandpa. you got to go. And as cruel as it sounds, that's the way of the world.
Now we all agree on that. Val, you agree with? I agree with that. Val, do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
And everybody in the chat, do we all agree with what Kabira just said? Put a yes if we all agree, because this isn't even a party issue. This is just common sense, right? If you don't have the rent, we got a huge problem. And you're laughing up there, and I'm concerned.
Pay rent. Do you guys not understand? The subsidy.
Hold on, Tim. Since you don't want to go there and you think I don't know what I'm talking about, let's do a little history lesson, okay? How about just a little history lesson? Now, I want you to remember back to 2008 when we had the housing crisis and people were getting kicked out of their houses and everything was going, you know what I'm saying? Everything was going well. And the same thing started happening in 2020 through 2021 as well, right?
Yeah,
okay. What did the administrations, both, so you know, one Republican and two Democrats, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Biden. What did they all do? Hold on, sir. I want you to hear what I'm saying.
Come on,
what did
Tom.
they all do? What did they all do to try to stop people from getting out of their houses? All three of them did the same thing.
With house loans, I don't know. I didn't get a house loan, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
It wasn't just house loans; it was for renters and people like that as well. Okay, so what did they do?
Oh, I don't know.
They put moratoriums on landlords being able to kick people out of their houses, okay, or out of their living conditions for months, okay? In some cases, like in the 2008 crisis, up to a year to stop people from being kicked out of their houses. Now, I'm going to ask you a simple question. Do you really believe that Donald Trump is capable of the same empathy those three presidents were?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because the law says that
it wasn't a law that kept those people in those houses, sir.
The law says
it was legislation put together by those three presidents that kept those people in those houses, sir.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
You'll just interrupt me. Go ahead.
No. I want to know where you're at in this, because I'm gonna be honest. You're in a very nasty situation.
No, I'm not.
What are you saying? What do you want to push back on at this point? Because I'm just concerned it's not really getting through to you. But what is it you want to say?
You guys don't know what you're talking about.
I think I understand. I'll go for it, Kabir. This is what I understand, Tom. You're getting money because, you know, these people are on Social Security, and a good chunk of your money comes from that. And in the event, let's just say it happens, they get their Social Security cut or reduced, this is going to somehow result in a lot of people not having the rent on time at the right amount.
You don't have to have rent. What don't you fucking understand about that?
Well,
you guys keep saying they're not going to be able to pay the rent, and I apologize about the word. You guys keep saying they're not going to pay. Yes, they're not going to pay. They're not going to have to pay rent. What is so hard to understand about that?
Let me slow you down. So they're not even going to have to pay rent.
No.
Okay, so and every month so far they show up with the bread, the check in their hand. Here you go. That's what they're doing now. And then
yes.
And then at a certain point, they're not going to be showing up with that money, right?
They don't have to. They wouldn't have to.
Okay, so let me ask this way. Why are they paying you now if they don't have to?
Because it's based upon 30% of their income.
Okay, so in other words, you're saying a person who has no income should come live at this place you're running, because if they
qualify to live here, yes.
So why are you going after people who get money from Social Security? Why don't you just get people? Why don't you get people
after them? We are an elderly and disabled.
Zeus, may I make a suggestion real quick?
Yes, Val, please.
Jim of Jewel is down there, and she actually does these contracts.
Oh, really?
I will drop and bring her up. She actually does these contracts.
We are Section 8 project based. We are elderly and or disabled, which means they are receiving Social Security.
Okay. Hi. So what we're doing is a crash course in helping Tiny Tank Top Tim understand how business works. Hi, Jim of Jewel. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
The basic math, the basic math issue for Tom is that 0 from 0 is 0. It's a zero-sum game. If the funds that he is subsidized with for these people who have no money, that is allocation. Allocation means that the contracts that the government goes into allocated funds prior in the previous year's budget to cover the rents that could not be paid by the Social Security recipients. If all recipients have 0, it's a zero-sum game. They would all be evicted. 0 from 0 is 0. It's basic fucking math.
W, Jim of Jewel. All right. Keep it clean. But I get your point, Jim of Jewel. All right. So what do you think Tom is missing in this, Jim? Because we're all kind of coming to the same conclusion.
I've been doing this 15 years, so I don't know anything.
24 years, boo-boo.
Okay. What's
24 years. Bachelor's degree, master's degree. I'm not going to deal with you, Tom. I already wiped you out of Diva's life, and I will wipe you out of this one.
No, you didn't.
Hey, Tom.
None of you have ever wiped me out. None of you have ever.
Tom, this is the thing, right? Sometimes, I love that song by Lizzo, Truth Hurts. Sometimes we have to accept the truth. I mean, let's just put it aside that it's living for people with disabilities and elderly, right? If this was a regular apartment building and you do not have the funds, they're putting you out of there.
End of discussion.
End of discussion. It doesn't matter whether you're on disability, low income, Social Security, or regular. These people cannot afford to have you still burning up their electricity, their water, their garbage, whatever, and you're living for free. So ultimately, Tiny Tank Top Tim, it will hit you. You can become upset. You can get mad at me, at Zeus, at Jim, at Val, Zeus, the Zeus cult. You can get mad at the Zeus cult, but the thing is, brother, we're just telling you the truth. Just, truth hurts.
Yeah, Tom. So judgment has arrived.
But for everybody else, because we don't care what Tim thinks anymore, the bottom line is this: for everybody else here, if you have a loved one who is getting subsidized, whether it's for a mental health program, whether it's for healthcare, period, those are all set to run out in 2025 too, and this budget will not cover them. If it is for even medicines, so that subsidy that they do for medication allocation is also in these budgets. They're going to wipe that out. Wow. So you're already seeing that happen across the board for people who were getting their medication subsidized through their insurances or through the contracts with the government. This idea that somehow this administration cares about your loved one or any elderly person or disabled is absolute asinine. And what you're hearing in Tim is actually fear. Because they are all starting to see that they voted to harm not only other people, but themselves. And Tim, welcome to the umbrella, my friend. You are with all the rest of the Democrats and the independents and the people who failed to vote. You are part of it, and you will lose your job as well.
Wow, W Jim of a Jewel. W in the chat for.
I just want to make sure I'm hearing something correctly. I want to make sure that I'm actually hearing Teeny Tank Talk Tim say that he is for the government giving out handouts.
No, I'm not.
Oh, but Tim, that's exactly what's happening, isn't it?
That's what a subsidy is, yes. It subsidizes somebody's income that cannot pay in its entirety. And the fact that you came up here and readily said, oh, well, it's 30%, and it's like you don't even realize what you're saying is you're literally going, yeah, if they can't pay it, the government steps in. Don't you guys get it? The government steps in. Elon Musk is literally going after the poorest and the neediest people in our country, and you work for those people to house them, which means if he wipes out their money, he wipes out your money.
Wow. Congratulations, MAGA. Once again, you played yourself. Wow. They thought they were better than us. This is the thing. They thought they were better than us, and they thought they didn't need government. They thought they didn't need.
I've gotten emails about this.
Show us the emails. What emails did you get?
I'm not going to show you emails.
Well, read it. How about read it? Read the email to us. Read the emails that you so-called got from us. What did the email say?
Discuss.
Can you tell me what 5 things you got done today?
That's a good one. That's a good one. What did the email say, Tom? Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. What did it say?
That there is no indication that Social Security is going to be.
Who did it come from?
HUD.
Oh, HUD sent it to you. Oh, they said there's no indication. So, have you ever gotten an email like that before? Let me ask you a question. Did you get an email like that when Biden was in office?
Well, no, because
W. Joe Biden, because it wasn't even a topic. And let me add this to that. Let me add that. Tom, can I add this to that? It said there's no indication. It didn't say it'll never happen. So you see what they did?
Okay, so I can predict the future. You guys think you can predict the future?
Why would you email someone that say there's no indication?
Because of the fear that the Democrats are putting out there that it's going to be cut. They wanted to make sure we understood that there was no indication whatsoever that Social Security was going to be cut.
Why not just say? But why not say it will not happen?
Sir, hold on a second. I want to make sure he understands something.
He doesn't get
Sir, what's it mean when Social Security went from 65 years old to 67 years old?
That there wasn't enough people working to pay the people ahead of them.
But what would that be otherwise known as?
Extending the age of retirement.
That would be called a cut.
W, Val. That's called leading the witness, Val.
Can we just, for the sake of teaching, also explain to Tim and the 2,000 people here that if they have to extend it, when there's more Americans working today than there was when Social Security started, make it make sense, Tim. It's more people are paying into it. Tim, if my lips are moving, yours should not be.
I got him.
I
got him. He's interrupting.
If more people are working to contribute to Social Security, we should not be extending it. The reason we're having to extend it is because the Congress is borrowing from our Social Security and they can't replace it because of the cuts that they're making. They're called golden handshakes. You can go Google it yourself. Yeah. And so from the 15-to-1 ratio that Social Security was started at, it was a 15-to-1 ratio. That means for every 15 people that paid into it, one recipient received it. Math matters. What happened? Please don't. The mental health crisis you're in is so bad, it's not even funny. So we could just
Tom, could you please act your age?
He is. So the bottom.
That's a good one.
Currently, for every 3 Americans that are working, one recipient receives Social Security. And so for all of you who don't understand that the Congress is abusing your Social Security that they do not pay into, let that sink in. They do not pay into the Social Security, but they are using those funds for other things. And so when we allow that as a nation and don't demand that they reinvest into Social Security, and that could be done by taxing the richest billionaires in this country and corporations, their equal share, and helping the American citizens, that's a big issue. So if you don't believe me, and I tell people all the time, don't listen to me. Go Google it yourself, because it was already set to run out in 2035. And for those of you not able to do math, Tim, that's 10 years from now. And what we're witnessing right now, they're running it out faster than ever because they are literally taking from the Americans that are the neediest because they are the greediest.
Thank you. W. Jim.
You know what? I'm going to drop.
Because we got to move it along. But yeah,
I just want to leave this with Tim. You know, Tim, I was listening to Jim, and it was some things I listened to that I didn't know, and she gave me some knowledge, and you were being dismissive.
Yeah.
I think for us to learn, we at least need to listen. You know, I mean, apparently it must have, you had some type of concerns, otherwise you wouldn't have come up here on the panel. So it's just about just being respectful and listening to what others have to say and not being dismissive.
Was the misinformation?
With that, everybody have a great day.
All right, W. Kabira in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. W. Kabira in the chat. No lies detected. And we're going to move it along because judgment has arrived. All right, Tim. You know what time it is, bro.
Yes, Val, thank you. I'm going to drop to, I just wanted to come up and address the contract thing. Tim's not worth my time, so I just did that for the rest of your audience because we all need to unite together with facts and data. I love you all. Stay safe. Make sure you're getting prepared to vote. Support Democrats blue up and down the ballot. We can take our nation back and protect the United States for civil rights, human rights, women's rights, educational rights, and a belief in science and math.
Amen. Amen. W, Jim. You know what we got to do? Tim, I got to do this, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Tiny Tank Top Tim, your time has come and judgment has arrived. Unfortunately, your water is about to be cut off, and I would say more, but I think you're already pretty much at the gates of hell. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Tiny Tank Top Tim straight to hell. Get on out of here. He's what we call a slum lord. He's a slum lord.
Silence, you MAGA.
He's a slum lord, all right? Taking money from the poor and now worried he's going to lose his job once they don't get any money. What do you think, Val?
It cracks me up every time. Oh, and Tim, so you know, you never know where our friends are going to come from, buddy. Never know.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you.
So education is learning from others too, Tim.
Thank you.
If you want to learn in life, it ain't just about the college education I have. You know what I'm saying? The degrees I have. It's not. It's about learning from others as well. And that is something that you are failing to do.
Yeah.
You're so caught in your own little world that you don't go outside and actually look up at the sun and say, hey, what else are you shining on? Okay, that is where your problem is, Tim. And Tim, you know what? You know, I don't hate anybody. Everybody likes to say that. I really don't hate anybody. But I do hate when people won't listen.
You're welcome.
And people get so stuck in their worlds. But thank you for coming up. And Tim, you can see the fear in your face, brother.
Yeah. We can see it and we can smell it and we can hear it. All 5 senses, actually 6 senses activated. W Val. You're welcome. W Val, W Kavira. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. What we're doing is as far as I'm concerned, this is the work that needs to be done. I really do believe that wherever Tim is at, he got that email. And you got to imagine, because for him to be on the side of the aisle that he's on, but actually bring that issue up in the kingdom, that email, it scared him. It really did. And the demon inside of him, the MAGA demon, what it does is it tries to look for a way to make it feel good. Is that what goes on? So he's trying to make himself feel good about that. And then the angle it was, well, they said that what did he say? There's no indication. That was his word. There's no indication of any cuts. And a thinking person would have said, hold on. Now, this is the first time I've gotten an email like this. What on earth is happening? Because you don't just say this. Why not just be affirmative and say there will never be a cut and we promise you? That's what they should have said. But they didn't say that. They just said there's no indication. And to be honest with you, yeah, in the framework, there is no indication. All right. But watch what's about to happen. W Rick in the chat. Watch what's about to happen. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go back to the box and start bringing up some people. All right, I'm going to bring up my good friend, Dr. Keisha Davis. Welcome. And this is someone, I've been wanting to talk to you, Dr. Keisha. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. And so the reason I wanted to check in with you, and maybe you can talk about this and something else, but honestly, I'm very concerned. We have tuberculosis outbreaks going on in this country. You know, RFK, or as Trump likes to call him, Bobby. And when they call him Bobby, you know that means they sell things on the streets, right? You know, that's the... But we got the measles outbreaks and the tuberculosis outbreaks. And the question that I got for you, because you're a doctor, is any of this usual in your world?
Usual to the extent that it is? Of course not. Listen, the measles. First of all, I cannot believe that he got on TV as the head of HHS and said it's not a big deal.
Wow.
We had 50 cases the first year of Biden, the whole year. then it went up to 80, then it went up to down to 50. And now we've had over 130, y'all, in just a few weeks.
Wow.
In just a few weeks.
But, well, what's changed as far as you're concerned, all right? I mean, and hasn't there been some people that have lost their life to has anyone lost their life to this?
Since 2015, we just had the first death in an unvaccinated child. So here's my problem. They can sit up here all they want and complain and say that is my body, my choice. But now you're affecting children because you were born in the era when there was immunization. So you have your little vax card on paper that some of y'all keep, and you have proof that you're immunized from it. So now you're putting a child at a disadvantage from things you had no idea that were protecting you and protecting the society, and now they're doing it. So this was a Mennonite community that did homeschooling or private schooling. Someone got the measles, right?
Yeah.
And now it has spread from children to over 9 in New Mexico next door. Then somebody comes there and decides to get flued out. So now we go to San Antonio to 2 colleges. It spread. Then there's a international travel case. Then there's a case in New Jersey. There's a case in New York. It's doing what measles does. And here's the problem with measles. Say you go in an area and you cough, right?
Yeah, you said
you leave that plane for up to 2 hours. Measles.
Wait. Now, measles, isn't that something with the skin?
Well, you get a rash.
But you're saying I could cough, and then that's something.
You can cough. No, if you cough and you have measles, when you leave that space for 2 hours, measles virus is there.
Now that's absurd. That's absurd. Oh, look at that. W. All right, look at that. Now this is what you do when you turn the camera on. You got to look gorgeous like this, all right, or handsome. And we're kind of matching, all right. So that's pretty awesome too. Spectacular on a Friday. So, but let me get this straight. So, because I'm not into all of the medical stuff like you are, someone could literally be infected with measles, jump on Spirit Airlines, because that's how MAGA likes to travel.
I don't do Spirit.
Okay, but they could do that and leave germs and stuff like that behind, and then someone unknowingly could possibly sit in the seat or in that area, and that's how they could catch it?
They could catch it. It's the most contagious disease. Zeus, the most contagious. The R naught, which is the measurement we use for transmissibility, is higher than for C19.
Wow.
For every 10 people you come in contact with, 9 of them will get the measles. Now, if they've had their immunization, they're protected from ending up in the hospital with pneumonia, with encephalitis, unaliving.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Wow. So, I guess my question is this. Why now is this more of a focus than in the past in your world? Why?
It's more of a focus. We have a party in place that's dismantling everything. Okay, this is, for instance, you drive on a road. Do you know all that it takes to keep that road or that bridge safe?
If you're talking about how the federal government, do I know the intricacies? Absolutely not. I just assume there's rocks.
We assume it. So imagine like what's happening. They dismantle all the people like they're doing with the FFA that are doing stuff behind the scenes that are qualified on all levels to keep you safe.
Wow.
So you're getting rid. Oh, and by the way, you canceled the committee meeting in March with the FDA that's supposed to talk about the next schedule of flu for next year.
Wow.
By the way, with flu, same thing. 30 million cases, thousands of hospitalizations, and hundreds of thousands of hospitalizations, and thousands of deaths. And just 18 in the last week.
Wow. This is
sick. So when you get rid of the structure of the road, and you hide the people that are checking every day, you get rid of the engineers, you think that road's going to be the same, and now you have a big storm that damages the road. So now the infrastructure is worse. Same thing with more infections. You got measles, you got flu. You've got a person that's saying, oh, the heck with vaccine campaigns. Let's get rid of the CDC's campaign. So you're withering away again. You get rid of the basic scientists that help with microbiology, that help with seeing if a vaccine or a medicine is going to still work, like TB is resistant TB that happened globally. You're getting rid of all that. USAID as well, which they don't understand. Not everything happens here. So say, for instance, there's a population of women, maternal health, or there's a population of people with TB.
Yeah.
It's not fear-mongering, dear. I see this every day. It's not.
Oh, they say you're fear monger. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
You're trying to
We don't
save their
even
life.
we don't even have staff. Like when I was at one of these hospitals doing a locums in West Texas,
Yeah.
there was tons of people just out with flu, and we're just sitting there trying to stay above water. But what I was saying, when you get rid of research, when you get rid of funding worldwide, we use those same studies to treat people back here in the United States.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, doctor, you brought up research, and I want to help. I want to get this on record because Trump, they froze the indirect cost rate. You heard about this, right? They capped it for universities that do these kind of research, and they're freezing federal funds. Could you help these Trump supporters out here understand how freezing research funds has a direct impact on them? Because I know a lot of them that are battling cancer, right? And they don't understand clinical trials or anything like that, but perhaps you could shine some light on them.
First of all, 1 in 10 people will be affected by cancer. 1 in 8 will get breast cancer. Colon Cancer Month is around the corner, actually starting this weekend.
Oh.
And for y'all young people that are 30 and up, did you know that for us older people that the cancer rates are declining, but they're increasing for the young folks?
Oh.
The research to figure out why younger people are getting cancer and why every single freaking day when I'm working on diagnosing cancer
Yeah.
is help of research that is getting rid of. Listen, there's already some people in programs that we're starting that they said, we're not going to be able to start your program, right, with NIH funding.
Wow.
Start it. So the research it's again, like I say, like the road. People don't know what's happening behind the scenes because we've always been there to protect you.
Yeah.
Vaccines used to not be an issue until people tried to make it an issue. And to be honest, it's a non-issue.
Wow. And so, and you say there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes with the research. What could possibly happen in the event, because there's a temporary restraining order in those frozen funds, but let's just go down that road because if I were a person that was dealing with cancer or anything, how would that happen?
You said freezing of funds. So in a laboratory, say you have cell lines.
Yeah.
What do you can't just start back and let them sit. You're going to have to start all over again. So people are also losing data and research.
That part. You see, their stuff has a direct impact on you Trump supporters. But you know what? Elon has done an outstanding job, wouldn't you say, convincing them that this research into areas.
I don't like the word outstanding in Elon.
Well, I'm being hypothetical, okay? I'm being sarcastic. He's done an outstanding job convincing his supporters that the work you do and doctors like you all over the country, all over the world, USAID, is fraud, waste, and abuse. Isn't that amazing how he's convinced them that?
That is amazing. Especially when people said they're just doing audits. It's the same thing. We go and we do inspections of labs. You do not have a person that's never been in a lab inspecting a lab. What are you looking for to get rid of?
Yeah. They don't know, but if they don't understand it, then it's a waste. Like the condoms that you heard about in Gaza. You heard about those? Could you understand that's fraud to these people? Isn't that fraud? Go ahead. It's fraud? Because what are they doing with those?
Because they have no idea. They have no idea what that provides.
Well, real quickly, could you explain that? And then I know I'm holding you up, and then I also want you to plug your podcast if you don't mind. But in a nutshell, why is it important for us to fund programs like that actually provide condoms to those folks? Could you explain that to the MAGA?
I mean, well, first of all, I don't know what their private life is like because it clearly seems it might not be well. But what is the first thing you do is you protect yourself.
Thank you.
You're saying that you want to keep down STIs.
Yeah.
Google that.
HIV.
HIV. Yeah. Is one. Which also the funding. So you're also cutting the funding for that research. And then you also don't want to be able to have these people protect themselves because you do it every day. You have access to it. You're going into areas that don't have the same access. I find that interesting. It's a selfishness, but you know one thing that doesn't discriminate and crosses party lines?
What's that?
It's bird flu.
Oh.
That's mutating. It's measles. It's avian influenza. It's cancer. It's heart disease, sir. So those of you, and I see some of them that come on here looking, and I'm not talking about anyone's health, but listen, y'all are not the epitome of health. And even if you are the epitome of health, some of these diseases do not discriminate even against the healthy people.
Oh, you're telling me.
While you're getting rid of our jobs,
yeah.
Go diagnose yourself. Go to your own ER. Go to Trump ER. Go to Trump University and FAFO because the last pandemic A lot of doctors were traumatized. We didn't have the PPE we needed. A lot of things. We're not doing it again.
Nope.
So, good luck.
You're not doing it again for MAGA? Oh my God. W Dr. Keisha Davis. Listen. It is what it is. It's a scorched earth situation. Now listen, we gotta plug the podcast, all right? So please do that. Yeah, please plug the podcast. How can these people
MAGA doctors, and listen, I will even say this because we have to talk about medical racism. And we're ending Black History Month. Y'all check out the podcast because we talked about some of this, but please be careful because some of the things I hear some of these doctors say, they're not all the same. And they do not care about you. If a doctor does not care about you or is racist or a bigot, go to the next one. And you can report them. You can report them. But the Medical Collective podcast is on all podcast platforms. We're on Substack. It's amazing. We got the eye candy too. We have a handsome doctor on there. We got lovely women from all around the world. Most of them are immigrants, y'all.
Oh, wow.
Most immigrants that contribute more to this society than many ever will. But something about it, the last one we talked to Dr. Charles Drew, who's the father of blood banking. So imagine this. You have a Black doctor who during World War II, they said, we need your research because we have blood. We need to give blood to the soldiers, but blood doesn't last, and they're unaliving. So he finds a way to preserve blood, to separate it, and develops blood bank mobiles and blood centers to collect it. So you know what they do?
What's that?
They tell them, go into Harlem, but do not collect the blood of Black people because they are scientists, because that blood's different, and we're not giving that to white soldiers. So he said, I'm not helping you. This is the Red Cross. I'm not helping you unless you tell me unless I can collect all people's blood. So they said, okay, but you have to separate it. So you have to put the Black blood over here and the white blood over there. And he was like, you know what he did? His daughter said he just mixed it. He's like, whatever.
There you go. Mix it up because it's the same, right? They don't know any better. I mean, these are Trump supporters. These are people that think like MAGA. They think they know what he knows, and they wouldn't know the difference. These people are so, I tell you.
He said?
What's
she
that?
Said that, I don't think his daughter said, and listen to the podcast. It's on there in a bonus.
I got to go listen to this story. This is wild.
No, it really is. She said, you know what, though? If it wasn't for the war, I don't think he would have accepted it. So that's why now the war that's going on, they're going to need us at some point. They're going to need us.
And they always reach in the back for us when when they get to that pond, right?
Yeah. Also, one more interesting fact.
We're getting a lot of knowledge.
Compensated. This is what they also did to us. Our contributions they took from us, and that family has nothing, no legacy, except
out of here.
University. Yeah.
See, that bothers me because when you rob from people like us like that, and then you get in our face and tell us you need to pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. You know that's what they want to do, and then they want to say it's DEI and all that other stuff. But look at this.
By the bootstrap, they step on our backs.
Yeah. And it's the DEI stuff that's actually the reason they're still alive, it sounds like.
Very, very, very much so. And for those who want to know about vaccine preventable illnesses, there's an episode on that too.
Well.
So all I say is take that information. I have a Facebook group called Empowered Health Network.
That part?
For those people that voted the right way and are on the right side of history, you can come in there. We're like the first aid tent where you're trying to navigate it. You lost your health insurance. You don't know how to cover your meds. We have healthcare professionals in there that can help answer your question.
Amen.
I post an update every day in that group.
All right.
It's a closed group, so make sure you answer the questions or you won't be let in.
Tell them, Doc. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you carving time out of your busy life. Yeah. I see that you have a lot of people in here who are very happy and receptive of the information you've brought to the kingdom. I totally appreciate it. And please, as always, continue to come back. All right. I'll try to work you in. All right. Because what we need to do is not only protect this country in terms of the way Donald Trump is, but we also need this health information out there. All right. Yeah. And you got a lot of it.
Look globally as well, you guys. They're still suppressing information on CDC. They put disclaimers and lies on there. Zeus, there is one of the CDC websites is up, but it says everything here is a lie. There's only 2 sexes, which is not true. And everything on this page is not does not agree to Donald Trump.
They want you to also repeat the group, the Facebook group, and your podcast one more time. But they follow her as well to get it.
Empowered Health Network is the Facebook group. The Medical Collective is the podcast on every platform on YouTube. And we're expanding very, very soon. I'll just say that. So
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Keisha Davis in the chat. No lies detected. See, this is why a show like this is very critical. All right, because you need a doctor in the kingdom, right? And we need them all right? And we got a doctor. All right, so yeah, there you go. All righty then. All right, well, listen, have a great rest of your weekend, all right? Really enjoy yourself. We appreciate you and we love you. All righty then. All right. We are, listen, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we've reached that critical moment in the show where Zeus must depart. Could you believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen? But, I got flagged earlier because they said I was going too hard in the paint. And look at that. We still survived. All right. So W in the chat for each and every single one of you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for the subscription. All right. But you know what? I also want to plug, right? I didn't do this, but I want to plug it since we're plugging stuff. All right. Hold on. Who do we got right here, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we got? All right, let's see who do we got. I want you all to make sure you go, for all of us real Democrats. I didn't know this, but Gavin Newsom also has a podcast. All right, Gavin Newsom. So make sure you go check out his podcast, all right, because this is serious business, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be engaging the people directly, and that way we don't have to rely on this knucklehead right here for whatever it is that's going on in this country, especially in your state, all right? But I also want to do this. You all deserve a round of applause. Thank you to every single one of you, subscribers, gifters, panelists, even the panelists that are Trump supporters. I got to thank them because they bring the real issues in a way, but unfortunately, they're also Zeus haters. And all the subscribers, gifters, and panelists for, once again, helping to keep this show entertaining, engaging, and educational. Special thank you to Dr. Keisha Davis as well, because we need a doctor in the kingdom. That is for sure. W. Rick in the chat. I also want to give one last round of booze and shame. And you know who these booze and shame? W. Alter Ego. Thank you so much. I see you supporting as well. One last round of booze and shame. And you know who this booze and shame goes out to? This goes to all the Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are. They're terrified right now. What's proof that they're terrified is what Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom did, right? Somewhere in his world, he realized I need to go to the kingdom and get this information that is circling in my brain out there so I could get some perspective on it. Yeah. And even when you give them the perspective, they still double down on their ignorance and their loyalty to Donald J. Trump, because guess what they did? They sniffed that dirty, disgusting diaper, which I told you it smells like cheap cologne, ketchup, and poop. And you get one hit of that, ooh, it'll do a lot. They're hooked. And so they're not able to think for themselves, and they are literally vassals of transgression for Donald J. Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, let's end the week on a high note and send these folks straight to hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, take care and stay safe out there. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do in these TikTok streets. We're out of here. What a show. Let's go. Did we do that today, ladies and gentlemen? We ended on a Sissy, you want drill, baby, drill? I got you, Sissy. All right, don't worry, I got you. Don't worry, Sissy. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. All right. You know what we do over here. Let's go. We ended on a high note. I'm so sorry I didn't get to each and every single one of you. I try to be fair, all right, because there's a lot of people. They say, Zeus, I sent you a request to get up there, but I didn't get to you. And I said, the show is lit. But I know you're here, and I know you're supporting what we do, so I appreciate it. Right, Dolphin? Hit him with it, Dolphin. Let's go. Thank you. My man, Reggie, we've been rocking and clocking for a while, right, brother? Remember, we used to do that Jack Smith song together. I should bring it back, right? He's the rain. Jack Smith. Remember that, Reggie? Remember that? We were hitting it all. WQ Dog, W Shay, WPA, yes, W Maria. W Ann, W Queen, W Evans. Y'all want that drill, baby drill. Let's go, let's go. Hey, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, W Gabira. Hey, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. You better have a plan B. All right, because your water just might get cut off. And I'm not playing any games, Tom. That letter was a warning. All right, anybody that was able to think, you start planning for your next opportunity. You think the federal government is about to pay for an apartment complex with all those renters? You think that's what they're trying to do? What are they talking about? Shrinking the government, Tom, not turning it up into running up the debt. All right. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I see you all want to do some drill, baby, drill, and some fracking. All right, y'all want to do some drill, baby, drill? Let's do it, and then we're out of here.
This is war, Pennsylvania.
We're gonna do some drill, baby,
Because
drill.
you know she's gonna ban. You know she's gonna ban.
You want to do some
fracking,
drilling,
right?
Beverly?
100%.
Look at how big that drill is.
She was against fracking, against all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, when she was getting killed in the polls,
Right.
she said, "I like fracking very
much."
Look, they always go back to what
they
they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical
Curtis.
left Marxist. She can't help it.
It's a big
But
drill.
we're going to end that, and we will
frack,
frack, and drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to be drilling so deep. We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill. We're going to take out
All right,
so
get your
much
drills
money, we're
out.
gonna pay down our debt.
Get your drills
We're
out.
going to lower your taxes.
We're gonna do it. All right.
Insane asylums.
Get the drill.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter, drill, baby, drill, we're gonna frack, drill, there's a frack. There's a lots of big energy.
You know she's gonna bang.
You know she's gonna bang.
W Gabira. Was against fracking, against all the stuff, and then all the stuff,
and then all the time we gotta give it to Africa.
Hit it.
What she was getting
Hit it.
in the past,
She said, I like fracking very much. Look, they always go back to what they want. Hey, she can't help it. She's a radical. Hit up. She can't help it. And we're gonna end that. And we will frack, and drill, baby, drill.
We're gonna drill,
Drilling.
we're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these guys. We're gonna drill.
We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Hit it, drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack.
Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Hey, we're gonna drill, baby, drill. Like it's Hannibal Lecter. Bring it down. All right, now bring it back up. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Insane asylums.
Uh-oh.
They go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. They say, why would you mention Hannibal Lecter? We're gonna pay down.
We're gonna lower your taxes.
Deep insane asylums.
That part. You know they go crazy when I say
the late great
Hannibal.
Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill.
Lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill.
Baby, drill,
Hit them with it, ladies and gentlemen. Like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. deep insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. You like that? All right. Thank you, everyone. What a great week we've had. How much you owe your house, baby? Oh, $5 million. Don't worry. We'll pay down your debt. Oh, you got property taxes too? How much you owe on that? Oh, $100,000. Don't worry. We'll pay off your taxes. We're gonna lower your debt, and we're gonna pay off all of your taxes because we're gonna drill, baby, drill. And we're gonna frack, all right? Because guess what? We got so much liquid gold under our feet, baby. But we gotta drill, baby, drill, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I would.